Good evening, guys, and happy Sunday to all of your sunshiny faces. So guys, we're back home. Looks like everything overall went okay. All of the dogs are still alive and here and at home. None of them ran off. Well, Matthew was in charge of taking care of them, and apparently Matthew got no sleep last night because all Charlie did was whine and cry and like just being really loud, because he was so beside himself that I was not home apparently or something. So I think Charlie, hey Charles, are you happy that I'm back home? Are you happy? He does not look happy at all. Are you happy I'm home? Aww. He's so happy to be back in my room. As soon as I came home, he immediately darted for my bedroom. He was like, I just want to go back in your room and lay on the bed, Kayla. It was so cute. Yeah, he's so happy to see me though. I was like, dude, I told you I wasn't going to be gone that long. Like, it was only 2 nights. But I guess maybe in dog years, that's like 2 months. I don't know. I'm not totally sure how long that would be, but I'm sure it felt really long for him. But yeah, so anyways, we're back home. We ended up going out for breakfast this morning. We went to a breakfast place on the hill. I think I was telling you guys it was the place we were gonna go to yesterday. And we ended up going there for breakfast today, and then we ended up going to the IKEA like store in Missouri near St. Louis. Which is weird because honestly we have one that's not that far away from us. Actually, my grandma, my aunt, well, when my grandma moved into her assisted living, her and my aunt ended up going and picked out a bunch of furniture, and I have actually which was funny, I saw it at the store today, the little 3-drawer sort of little dresser thingy that I have. Also too, I think that honestly these are really dirty, but I have 2 still in my room. I used to have I think 6 of them in total. My mom has 4 in her office that she uses because I can't fit 6 in here anymore. But back at we got them at our old house. I think that these might have been, maybe they weren't. I felt like they were IKEA. Like, we got this and something else, and I always thought that they were from IKEA. And then also too, we used to have, which I also think was from IKEA, like the little which we literally just got rid of like maybe this last year finally. We had since I was little. It was like finally starting to fall apart. But like the little like a little table and chair set, like little kids table and chair set, and for the longest time Jack used it as his desk when he was little. And then he used it just like as a little side table, but like it was like finally like starting to lean over too, because we just kept like putting heavy stuff on top of it. And so it was like finally time that like it was just sort of like we had no more use for it. It wasn't in the best shape anymore, so we ended up getting rid of it. I think we got rid of both of the chairs. One of the little chairs though, when I was little, when we lived at our old house, my mom used it and stood on it like as a stool. It was not strong enough to hold her. It was a little kid's chair. And so she ended up falling right through it. And I remember too, I remember the exact, guys, this is like how vividly I can remember this situation. I remember I got in trouble for something. I did something I wasn't supposed to do, or I left my toys out or something like that. And so my mom was like, I'm gonna put it in your closet because you can't play with it anymore. And so she put it up on the top shelf of my closet. And again, I was little, like 2, 3, 4 years old. I still remember this. And I just remember sitting on the bottom, like at the bottom of my closet, just screaming and crying because I wanted the toy back. It was like a little Fisher-Price dollhouse sort of thing. I remember getting so mad. Then again, forget about it. Probably a couple weeks later, something like that, I asked her if she could get it down for me again, because obviously at this point I was behaving myself, whatever I was doing that I got in trouble for the one time. So she was like, oh yeah, sure, you know, and again, I had totally forgotten about it too. So, and she's like, oh yeah, we can get it down. So again, she gets the little chair over and she goes to climb up there. She gets it down and she got it down, and then the chair, she fell right through the chair. The whole like actual bottom part of the chair fell through. And I remember her just like laying on the ground, and like at this point I was still old enough that I like understood you're supposed to call 911 if something like that happens. Like she was like maybe even got the wind knocked out of her or something like that, but I was like, oh my gosh, something really bad just happened to my mom. Like, and she even told me too, she was like, Kayla, I don't know if I can move, you might need to, she was like, hang on, but you might need to call 911. And so we waited like a couple seconds and she was like able to like get up. But yeah, I was like little too, like I said, like maybe 3 or 4 years old. And again, she didn't know if she'd like broke something. Like she fell through the chair too, and so she was like stuck in it at the same time too, and like, and it cracked. Like I don't know if it like shattered, and like the pieces of wood ended up like, I don't really think like she ended up getting cut from it or anything like that. I think I asked her like, do you need me to call 911? And she was like, I don't know, let me see if I can move first. But like I vividly remember that was the first situation that I ever was like, I might have to go figure out how to call 911. So yeah, like I said, and I was, again, maybe like 3 or 4 years old. And so, yeah, my mom never ended up putting my toys up in the closet as punishment anymore after that. She just like put them up on the counter or something where I couldn't get to them. Or she used a little step stool, actual step stool to get up there to get this stuff out. But, because I was like in my room, and I remember it was right next to the closet too, so it made sense just to use it. But no, my mom was not supposed to stand on that. I think that was the weight limit max. But I think it was maybe my uncle got a little piece of wood and actually fixed it, so I did have 2 seats again. Because like there's tons of pictures like me and my cousins having a little tea party, and me and my friends like when we were like little and stuff like that. But yeah, for the longest time we were only down to 1 chair, and then like I said, I think my uncle fixed it or something like that. But it always bothered me because it was white, and it was never, like, it never matched again, because it was just like regular plain wood. So anyways, yeah, so we went to IKEA today. That was totally off topic, but we ended up going to IKEA, and we actually got some stuff, which is, I haven't unpacked yet, guys. I will maybe show you guys what I ended up getting tomorrow. I did get 2 replacement pillows. That I am not, I don't know, it was really weird. They had pillows, but all of the display pillows, they didn't have corresponding with the actual pillows in the right spot. So what we found, what I thought was the correct pillows, actually weren't. I wanted to get like the, okay, because I told you guys how we ended up going to the Airbnb, decided we weren't going to stay there, ended up going to a hotel. We ended up not staying at the Airbnb for a couple different reasons. But anyways, so we went to the hotel, and I forgot the pillow though, my pillow at the Airbnb. And I wasn't even thinking, because we hadn't even unpacked yet. So, the stuff everything was still in there. The only thing I had brought in was my 2 suitcases and my blanket, I think. And somebody else brought my pillow inside and left it on the, like, guest bed. And so, it was left there, and there was and, like, I didn't even check on the bed, because like it was with the other pillows and the front of the bed. So my pillow ended up getting left there. And I don't know if we're going to get it back, but regardless, I needed a pillow for the ride home too. So we ended up grabbing those at IKEA. But I don't like to use actual Downy, but the one that I got from Target a while ago, which was the one that got left there, was like I think it was like recycled material or something like that, which some of the ones at IKEA were also, and they were like almost like a faux Downy. Like it feels like that, and the one I had from Target, like I've had it for a couple years now, and it like holds the shape for a while. Sometimes when you get like I think it's the polyfill ones or whatever, the polyester, which is the 2 that I got, I didn't think that they were because of the spot they were in, and we found them in a different spot, but it was the same name. But apparently, and both pillows are actually different, because I don't know why, even though they're the same, like, but it doesn't say anything different about them. But one feels different than the other. Like I said, I don't know. The pillow spot was very confusing, and they had like very limited amount of stuff actually even there. So, but the pillows weren't that expensive, I guess, anyway, so it wasn't like they were maybe like $10 or something like that. And with the pillowcases, actually, I think they were like $10. I think the pillows were like $8. The pillowcases were only $1 a couple bucks too. So I ended up getting that. But they were king size. They didn't have anything like a regular queen size pillow. So I had to get king size, and so they look huge on my bed. Because I use my, this is one of the other old ones that I have, but like I don't know, they just seem huge. And I use my body pillow too, so now I'm like, I feel like I have like 80 pillows in bed right now. But I think that I am going to still actually go to Target and get one of the actual replacement pillow for the one that I got left there, because these don't feel the same. I don't mind having a little extra support when I'm sitting in bed. When I'm sleeping though, they just, I don't know, they just like don't hold their like shape really well either, and I just don't like them. I've always like, my dad has an actual downy pillow, and I've always liked that, but I don't like getting actual downy. So like actual feather pillow. So like I said, I think that they work really well. And again, they do have to be replaced over time, unlike the like actual feather pillows like my dad has. He's had that one forever, and it's never like lost like fluff or anything like that. But over time, like the polyfill sort of pillows do. So that's why I really like this. Like I said, I think it was the recycled material. There's some type of like faux downy that sort of does. And like I said, I had this other pillow that I left for a couple years. It was really awesome. So I think I'm still going to wind up replacing that with the actual pillow that got left. So anyways, yeah, we went to IKEA. Then we ended up taking the long 5-hour drive home, and now we're home. So and then honestly, I came home and I sort of actually, I'm surprised I unpacked as much as I did. I didn't bring a whole ton of stuff though, but I actually put all of my makeup away, and I took out a lot of my like toiletry stuff because I'm gonna go take a shower right now anyway. And I did take out a couple of my electronic things because like I needed to charge up my phone, and I think I took something else out. But yeah, so, oh, my camera, the thing that I'm using right now. So yeah, like I said, we had a lot of fun on vacation. It was just like everybody was sort of saying too, we really only had one day to do things because we got in so late on Friday night, and then having to actually go and switch hotels, which made us actually sleep in late on Saturday. So we didn't even have a lot of time on Saturday, but Saturday was our only like full day, full chunk of time that we could get stuff done and go places and do things. And then after that, we only had, again, a little bit of time like on Sunday before we really needed to make sure that we got back home, because again, we didn't want to like be like, oh well, we'll, you know, check out by 11 o'clock, which we left before then. But we figured that, again, you know, it was going to take us a 5-hour drive to get home, and like my dad has to work tomorrow, so we couldn't like be like, oh, we can get back at 9 o'clock at night or whatever, and just spend like still a lot of the day like, you know, going and doing things or whatever. So we still had to sort of get home somewhat early. I think we spent like maybe an hour or two, maybe something like that at IKEA. But we weren't there for that long. But I'd never been to an IKEA. Again, I have IKEA stuff, I just have never actually been into the store. Again, I have a couple things, I think, but like, I don't know too, because I'm pretty sure that, again, my parents have ordered things from IKEA, but I don't know, maybe they just order it from like a catalog, because I was going to say this was like the 90s, so like ordering stuff on the internet wasn't really a big thing. And like, I don't even think we had like, I mean, I think we had internet maybe back then, but like, I had a really old Mac. Like, it was really old. And I only remember it, like, I don't even remember it working for, like, sending emails or anything like that. Which is what made me think, like, it was just, like, my mom used to, like, type newsletter-y things and, like, use, like, you know, that kind of stuff on there. Like, probably, like, I wasn't even a publisher because that would have been for, like, Microsoft. But, yeah, I don't know, something like that for typing things out and stuff like that. But yeah, so anyways, it was, you know, like I said, it had to have been like from a catalog or something that they ordered some of this stuff. And I forget too sometimes that that's even a thing. Like, I love it though. I have a couple of the IKEA catalogs and I hang on to them because I love looking at them. And like, you know, it's sort of like the showroom basically, like you see in the store. But I love looking through the like catalog. And then I will like see it and then I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna look that up online if it's something that I did actually really want to look at. You know, and then order it. Like, I don't actually order it through the catalog. And it's weird too, I don't even know if you can really order things through the that catalog anymore. And I really don't think there's a lot of times that like people direct you to order the stuff online when you have a catalog for something, which also still isn't even that common of a thing anymore. Like I remember, again, we used to get tons of like catalogs when I was little. I loved reading through catalogs like Toys R Us and like, again, IKEA, and I'm sure there's a handful of other ones, but I used to just like keep stacks of them because I loved reading them and looking through them and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, we don't even like get, every once in a while we'll get like an IKEA one or something like that, but we don't even get like catalogs still delivered to our house anymore. And that's like not a thing really at all anymore because everybody uses the internet. So, anyways, guys, yeah, I'm also sorry too that most of the vlogs from the last 2 days were sort of me standing in the hallway of the bathroom of the hotel, but, again, everybody else was sort of sleeping, and I just sort of wanted to share with you guys like what we did for today. And I didn't bring my camera with too because like especially yesterday we were like out on the boat on the water. I didn't want to bring my camera with for that either, and something happened to it, and I didn't have a very big purse either, so the only thing I could fit was my phone. My phone takes really good pictures and videos, but I didn't want to like spend like a whole ton of time, like, you know, I wanted to be a little bit more in the moment too. My mom took tons and tons of pictures, so again, I probably have a lot can do a ton of pictures in, like I said, the other 2 vlogs when I go to edit them. So yeah, but when we got home, I just literally got in bed. We got Jimmy John's, I laid in bed and pretty much watched the Olympics for the rest of the day, just because I've been sort of, you know, the car ride, I fell asleep at one point, but I don't know, I just felt really off. Like I never got car sick, but like I also had a headache, and I don't know really what it was from either. Like I don't know if I didn't have a really good breakfast, because I've told you guys too, we went to a breakfast place which was really good, but it was like really like homemade. It didn't taste like IHOP really or anything like that. It was really good food, but there wasn't, again, I don't eat hardly any breakfast food at all. So I had a pancake, well, 2 pancakes, but I was only able to eat like a third of it, of the 2 of them. And then I had hash browns. And so I was like, maybe I didn't have a very like filling breakfast, or like, you know, and then I didn't have a lot of coffee either, so I'm wondering if maybe it was like a caffeine headache, like I needed caffeine and I didn't really get that much. But I had a headache also in the ride home, or if it was like for my neck because it was all weird. And the ride back too, and I was using a new pillow that I've never used before. So anyways, though, yeah, I just didn't feel the best when we got back, and so I was like, I am just plus 2, I'm just pooped. But I feel like refreshed already, sort of. Like a lot of times, like you get back from vacation and you're just like, I need a vacation from my vacation sort of thing. Like you need to take the whole rest of the next day off just to recuperate from the vacation you had the night before. But it is too, now you're like, oh, I gotta catch up on all this stuff, put like the, you know, suitcases away, you know, put all the stuff away, unpack everything. You know, it's very like, you know, just like an extra task for like going on vacation and doing something fun. It's like, then you're like, oh my gosh. But it is always good to just break up at least that like mundane, like the same stuff that you're always doing like every single day, you know, and you know, to go on like a little weekend trip sort of thing, so that again, it's not like, oh yeah, I gotta, you know, go back to doing the same thing, you're just being in the same routine and stuff like that. But at the same time too, when you do that, then a lot of times you got more stuff you have to do to compensate for the fact that you didn't do anything. But like nobody was here really other than Matthew to really like dirty dishes and laundry and all that kind of stuff. So there's not a lot of stuff except for all the things that we brought back with us. But anyways, guys, yeah, I'm gonna take a shower and get to bed. I don't know why I'm like so chatty right now. It is, I finished my Sprite I had in the car, because that normally helps my upset stomach if I like feel like I'm getting car sick. And so I finished that, but there's no caffeine in it, so I don't know why I'd be so like, oh yeah, I'm all like caffeine buzz now. No, I'm not. Maybe I'm just really overtired or something like that too, because I got to sleep sort of late last night and we woke up at like the crack of dawn this morning so that we could try and, like I said, get out to breakfast, like do all this stuff. So I think it was up at like 7 or 7:30, which I guess in the crack of dawn, but for me that's pretty early. So I think it was actually before my alarm was going off, or around the time my alarm was going off. But like I said, I think checkout was like at 10 o'clock maybe or something like that. I thought we left by like 8 or 8:30 or maybe no later than 9 o'clock. And then like I said, we went to breakfast and we went to then IKEA and then drove home. So yeah, and then I just sat in bed. So I'll see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.